Good evening, fellow South Africans. From a warmish Brisbane, and, let's not forget citizens from around the world. Now, yesterday I ran a few videos about the universities in Cape Town, and more particularly about the UCT, or the University of Cape Town, and how it was just falling apart, basically. Not delivering the goods, you could say. I got several emails from people, and the two which really stuck out. The first one is from Chris. Okay. And he is now moving to Australia on a skilled migrant visa. And he says here that the job of academic lecturer is not recognized as a critical skill. So I would have been screwed if I'd taken the job, ironically. My current job is in the engineering sector, which is highly valued in Australia. Thank heavens. I find it telling that Engineers Australia, the assessing body who check the qualifications of incoming engineering migrants, does not recognize university lecturers as relevant skilled employment in the engineering sector. And what in effect is happening is this fellow applied for lecturing positions at various universities, and because of BEE and affirmative action, he was always rejected. And now what's happened is South Africa have lost another very skilled engineer. And, the brain drain that's going on in South Africa is extraordinary. Now, what I've linked below this video is the University of Cape Town's employment equity policy, as approved by Council in December 2006. And this is a shout out to Skiron, who sent this to me. And I'll read you the relevant points in a section, but as I say, I'll link the actual document down below so you can view it yourself. Now, Skiron says, he attaches a document. He says, points 3 and 4 identify so-called designated groups for employment as Africans, coloured, Indians, women, and persons with disabilities. No white people mentioned there. And then point 7 is extremely interesting for two reasons. A, replacement of white staff by succession planning by choosing candidates from the designated groups, i.e. getting rid of white staff at UCT. B, this one is unbelievable. Candidates from the designated group will be employed even if they do not have required education of skills. The university will be providing appropriate education and skills development opportunities for them. Nah, that doesn't work. But that's what's happening at UCT right now. And then he gives an example. For example, some time ago, somebody raised a question about Professor Mamogeti's Fakeng's qualifications, who didn't have a proper qualification to teach mathematics. She was quickly promoted to Vice-Chancellor. Isn't that lovely for her? Isn't that a disaster for UCT? Okay, let me read you points 3 and 4 of this employment charter. Point 3. The university recognizes its obligation in terms of the Employment Equity Act and understands that the primary purpose of the legislation is to advance transformation through setting targets for achieving equity in staffing, and by monitoring progress in achieving these targets by reporting aggregated appointments in terms of the designated groups specified by the Act. The university therefore recognizes that specific measures are required to achieve equity in the employment of designated groups, namely Africans, Coloureds, Indians, women, and persons with disabilities, and to appoint and promote persons from these subgroups in accordance with the university's employment equity plan. You notice a racial group that's been left out of that? Yep, white people. Point 4. The university will strive to provide opportunities for black people, women, and persons with disabilities to become equal competitors for every post on its establishment. Again, whites are completely left out. Point number 7, which is referred to in the opening. Using the university's recruitment policy and procedures as a framework, every reasonable effort will be made to appoint suitable internal and external candidates from the designated group to vacant positions. To make the university's recruitment strategy an effective tool for employment equity, the focus of the strategy will strive to be proactive and long-term rather than reactive and short-term. Hence, succession planning will be used, and an attempt must be made to identify the potential of internal and external candidates from the designated groups, with a view also to providing appropriate education and skills development opportunities. Now, you can understand why UCT and the level of education has been dumbed down. It's very sad. UCT used to be a very, very well-respected university. Now it's not. All right, remember, I will link this document below this video so you can have a look at it for yourself. And please subscribe to be kept informed. Have a great day. Bye for now.